San Andreas is a pretty good film. I was really looking forward to this because I love Dwayne Johnson, I love disaster films, and for the most part, I'd say it delivered. This was released in 2015. It's directed by Brad Peyton, written by Carlton Cuse, with a cast including, of course, Dwayne Johnson, Carla Gugino, Alexandra Daddario, and various others. And there's an earthquake, and Ray, a helicopter pilot, is trying to make it across the city with his former wife to try and rescue his daughter. It looks amazing, but I will admit the narrative is slow. It picks up, it gets a lot better, but there was a chunk of time when it just didn't seem to move forward very much. Not a lot was happening, but it does overcome that hurdle. Visually, it is so impressive, with a lot of devastation everywhere, a lot of danger, wonderful lighting, great camera work. It is an absolute joy to look at, and I want to praise it a lot for this because, as I said, I really like disaster films, and there are many great ones, but there are a lot where it's really dark. And yeah, fair enough, I wouldn't expect a real disaster to be flooded with lights, but turning down the lights in a film doesn't automatically lend itself well to an enjoyable, unsettling experience when it comes to disaster films. So I really want to praise the lighting and the camera work and the fact that we can see a lot. For me, that is scarier. Being able to see the destruction and devastation makes it so much more intimidating than a film that's shrouded in darkness. So I have a lot of praise for that. The pacing, however, as I said, isn't great. It had a really strong start, and then it really slowed down after the first few minutes. But it does eventually pick back up, and we have plenty of action later on, certainly in the second half. And there's a lot happening. And I do think the narrative could still be a little bit stronger, but I ultimately enjoyed what we were given by the time we got into the second half. There are some really impressive moments later on in the film when the action picks up and things get a little bit more intense, and again as the narrative really does seem to move forward more steadily. So it became a really thoroughly enjoyable film in terms of the narrative, and I'd say visually it was brilliant throughout the entire thing. The characters are well written, their actions are believable, the performances are great. Ultimately, I really enjoyed San Andreas. It needs a little bit of work, but at the end of the day, I had a great time watching this, and if it sounds like a film for you, then needless to say, I'm very happy to recommend it.